Hi, I'm April Jenkins. I'm the Child Protection and Prevention Manager with Colorado Department of Human Services Division of Child Welfare. Today, I'm here to talk to you about Colorado child welfare and how our system works in Colorado. As we go through the micro learning today, you will be given information on how exactly things work in Colorado and also where you can go to learn more. A few things we're going to talk about today is how does the child welfare system work in Colorado? How does Colorado respond to concerns for abuse or neglect? And what resources are available in our state to learn more? Colorado child welfare system is state supervised and individually administered by 64 counties in our state. The state provides policy direction, oversees child welfare practice, and distributes funding to all counties. There is less than a dozen states in the United States that work with this type of system, and this is certainly a unique way of managing child welfare. Colorado child welfare rule and statute is found within Colorado Children's Code Title 19 of the Colorado Revised Statutes and the Code of Colorado Regulations, Volume 7, which is Social Services Administrative Rules. This outlines and informs all child welfare practice in our state. There are different child welfare programs in our area, in our child welfare system. Child welfare is broken up into different program areas, such as child welfare prevention programs, child protection programs, and youth in conflict. Child welfare services are intended to strengthen the ability of families to protect and care for their own children, minimize harm to children and youth, and ensure permanency planning. In Colorado, our hotline system receives around 200,000 calls per year. It is important that we have a consistent process for gathering information regarding suspected child abuse and neglect. Our Volume 7 rules identify a minimum standard for information to be gathered, as well as additional information gathering questions depending on the type of concerns. For instance, if it's a call regarding physical abuse, we may have a separate set of questions, particularly regarding that concern. If someone in our state has concerns for abuse or neglect of a child, they are to call 1-844-CO-4-KIDS to report these concerns. And if a child is in immediate danger, certainly call 911. When calling that 1-844-CO-4-KIDS number, you will be directed to the county you are wanting to make a report with. So we make it very easy in our state for someone to call in a report that they're concerned about. You will be provided a link to this handout so it's easier to read. But once that call does come into our hotline, the assigned county department will triage that report and decide if it meets criteria for assignment based on the reported concerns. This is done through our process called Red Team, which is short for Review, Evaluate, and Direct. Our Red Team rules can also be found within Volume 7. Once it is determined if a report meets criteria based on statute found in Title 19, 19-1-103, a county will determine a response. These responses include the option to screen out the referral, meaning no further action will be taken, or to assign it and determine a response time, which is either 5 working day, 3 calendar day, or an immediate response. Once a response is determined, a caseworker is assigned to make contact with the family. Some of the actions completed during an assessment includes making contact with the family, especially the victim child within the response time, completing a safety and risk assessment, and contacting collateral contacts. And those are individuals that know the family. Lastly, there are training and resources for understanding abuse or neglect in Colorado. So I wanted to direct you to several places where you can go to learn more and take additional training. The CO4Kids website gives you resources that will help you learn more about what happens when you call, your role as a mandated reporter, or just someone that's concerned, and what happens after a report is received by a county. You can also complete the free mandatory reporter training on this website, and there will also be another micro learning available to you that will be specific to learning more about your duties as a mandated reporter and new laws in our state regarding mandated reporters. 211 is another helpful resource for families in Colorado. If you do not have reasonable suspicion of abuse or neglect and believe that a family may benefit from resources, you can direct them to 211 in Colorado to find resources. 211 is a simple website. You can Google it at 211, or certainly can pick up a phone and call 211 to find out resources for a family. The prevention services link on this page as well is a really great site for directing families that may need additional services and support, and it just does not rise to the level of abuse or neglect. Lastly, if you have questions, you can certainly reach out to me at april.jenkins@state.co.us. Thank you.